Hey, y'all. It's CJ, and we are here tonight to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. But before we start, as always, make sure that you go ahead and thumbs up this video. And also, while you're here, go ahead and tap that subscribe button so that you're here for all the other Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Love After Lockup. Who else we do? Some Real Housewives of Atlanta, and a few other things. Just make sure y'all are here for it all. But now that we got all the housekeeping out of the way, we will go ahead and get started. Now, this was season 2, episode 17, and they called this episode Fix My Life. Now, it wasn't Iyanla Fix My Life, but it was Ima Fix My Life. So we went ahead and used the great value Iyanla for this episode. But the episode opens up with Marceau and the black, I think she was like an architectural engineer that we saw during the first part of the season, Andrea. And he's with her at one of his ventures called Uptown. And I don't know if it was black or if it was if Uptown was just the part of town that it's called. I'm not sure, but I know somebody else will know, and y'all will let me know in the comments. But he's there with her, and they're kind of envisioning and going over all of the thoughts and plans that he has. He wants to open up like this brunch spot, and I guess just another place for people to come and be able to enjoy themselves. And he's kind of showing her what he wants in different places, but he also wants to use her at a cheap rate. He's hoping that she would cut him a deal on this project because I guess the budget is tight. Not sure, but he is hoping that she would go for cheap. But while he's there, Martell pops up again. Martell has made it a habit of popping up on Marceau at his places of business here of late. And he comes in and he basically tells him that he wanted to check on him because we know last week we saw Marceau was in the accident, or the week before last, whenever he was in the accident. And Martell says that he wanted to come and check up on him. And also, to tell him that the 47-acre project is a no-go at this point. And Marceau just kind of made a joke about the fact that he kind of acquired that land in a very underhanded and shady way. So this is probably just kind of like his karma continuing to bite him in the butt. And it could very well be, because we do know that there was a bunch of drama behind that in season 1. But Marceau, he's talking to Martell, and Martell, he tells him that, everything is kind of tied up right now with this divorce and everything. And Marceau tells him that he really hopes that Martell hits rock bottom. Now, when he said it at first, and the way they made it seem in the preview was like he was just saying it like in this malicious way. And it was like, well, damn, Marceau, tell us how you really feel about it. But the way he cleaned it up and the way he said it was, Martell is going to have to stop faking and fronting. And he is really going to have to get to his lowest of lows before he can kind of come out of all of this that's happening. He's going to have to be real with himself. He's going to have to literally hit rock bottom to pull himself out of this. And hopefully once he comes out of this a better person. And let Martell tell it, he's already at rock bottom. But I don't think that you are where Marceau is kind of referring to at this point. But anyway, we go to Melody. She's in her kitchen. She's cooking. And the kids are with her mom. And she is actually meeting with Mama Holt, Martell's mom. And she is, happy to see her. And she really wants to talk to her. And in my opinion, I'm thinking, Melody just wants to get the tea because she knows that Mama Holt loves her dearly and will give her, the information. She's going to tell her what she knows. And I think that that's what Melody's doing. Melody's trying to pick Mama Holt's brain at this time and catch up at the same time. But they are talking, and Mama Holt just wants to know if Melody did indeed cheat, because as we know, Martell is telling any and everybody who will listen that Melody is painting me out to be this bad guy when she indeed herself had some infidelities of her own. So he's telling people this, and Mama Hope wants to know if it's true. Well, Melody says that when she moved out, that she did talk to somebody for 3 weeks. I guess back in the past, she left Martell and she got a place of her own, which we did know somehow. And she had, like, I guess, conversations with a gentleman other than Martell, and Martell considered that to be cheating. Now, do you consider that to be cheating? Any kind of emotional or physical connection that you have with a person other than your spouse, in my opinion, is cheating. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but you can emotionally cheat. You can physically cheat. That's just my opinion. Other people feel differently, but how do you feel? Was she cheating in your opinion? And I think that he never said she had a sexual relationship with anybody. He could just be having a play on words, but in his mind, Melody cheated also. And so anyway, Mama Holt did make it known that, this custody issue is between you and Martell. There ain't gonna be no full custody, because what's gonna happen is he is gonna expect for Mama Holt to watch the kids because he's working. Who else is gonna watch him? And Mama Holt says she ain't raising no kids. She says she is done raising kids. She ain't raising no more. Him and Melody are gonna have to work that out. She was like, I don't know what Martell think he about to do, but me being, mama / grandma, that's not gonna happen. I love my grandkids to death, don't get me wrong, but I ain't here for the babysitting. And I did get a little kiki out of that because she was dead serious. And I know Melody is calculating, and Melody did put that out there because she's gonna use that. She wants Mama Holt to let him know, I'm not watching no kids, so you might want to rethink this whole full custody battle that you got going on with Melody. But that's neither here nor there. So Melody, she was kind of being petty, and she was saying that she hopes that Martell doesn't push their kids aside once the new baby comes. And she's just kind of talking, and she gets out of Mama Holt because Mama Holt said something about, I'm sure when he gets here, something. And that just let her know that, oh, it's a boy. So we now know that Ariane had a boy, because the baby's here now, from my understanding. And nobody has seen the baby yet. They've been doing really well about keeping the baby under wraps, but the baby is here. But this is the moment that Melody learned that, yes, Martell and Ariane are having a boy. So she was kind of in her feelings about that a little bit. And we then go on to Tisha. Tisha, she goes to see Marceau. He's at the office and, putting in a little work. And she shows up and she looks, I didn't mention in the last scene, I really, really did like Melody's wig or hair in that scene. I think that's her look. I like that a lot better than that platinum blonde little piece that she wears. And then the dark sides. I really liked the tone down, the brown, or like the auburn or whatever color. It was dark brown with like the auburn highlights. I love that look on her. She was so pretty, but she's a beautiful girl nonetheless, but I did like that look. But back to Tisha's scene. Tisha came in, she came in serving, black freakum dress with the fur on. I mean, she looked really cute, and she came in to, surprise Marceau because he was working and she wanted to come and do something nice for him. So she took him outside, and it was this really cute little bubble, because we do need to keep in mind that this is still during the pandemic and people are not able to go out and eat because restaurants are shut down. I mean, there's just a lot of things that we just were not able to do at that time. My family, we are still playing it safe. We're not going out and about, and we can't be parlaying with the people because I ain't got time for nobody to get sick. We have steered clear of COVID. Nobody in my household has been sick. Thank you, God. But, and we ain't trying to take no chances. But anyway, they're out there and it is so pretty. You know, she had this like inflatable bubble almost, and had a chef and they were making dinner. And she just basically wanted to stroke Marceau's ego a little bit. She wanted Marceau to know that, yes, you know, we have been beefing a little bit lately regarding my mom and some other things, but I do want you to know, and I do recognize that you are the foundation to this family. You know, you keep us going and blah, blah, blah. And he's feeling pretty good about that. But at the same time, he revisits this whole thing about him being the sole provider for the family. He feels like he can hold them down. He just needs Tisha to hold the family down. That's where he feels she is best, I guess. You know, her role is best in the house with the kids, blah, blah, blah. But Tisha just wants him to know that she is capable of pulling her own weight, because if he were to pass away today, if something were to happen to him, she wants him to know that she is perfectly capable of supporting the family. She wants to have that added value. And because of that, she is not backing down from her endeavor. She's not backing down from her goals. And she is still, you know, gonna go to school. She's still gonna have her businesses. She wants him to know that, you know, she's a boss as well. And so then we go, and Marceau tells her that he really wants, because she tells him about the retreat that's coming up. He tells her that he really does want her to be open to, you know, whatever happens, but also to remain cautious. Don't just go in there, you know, blindly and just thinking everything gonna be peaches and roses or whatnot. But also that she needs to put that energy that she is given to this situation with her and Mel, she needs to put that energy into her family. And that's where that scene leaves. So then we go to Mel and Martell. It's time to exchange the babies. They've been with Melody, so now it's time for them to go to Martell. And she's been itching for this moment. Now, she kind of tries to act, you know, nonchalant, and he can tell that something is going on. You know, she's like, what's up, Martell? You know, here go the kids, blah, blah, blah. Let me get the baby's bottle and da-da-da. So she paid him dust, basically. And so she's leaving, and he was like, well, dang, you know, can we talk? You know, we need to talk about whatever. So this was the moment that she needed. So he's standing in the doorway, they talking and stuff. And so she just basically lets him know, yeah, I found out that you having a boy, congratulations, and blah, blah, blah. So he was like in his feelings about her bringing that up. So they kind of bicker and argue back and forth. And she also lets him know that he's very petty for this full custody, you know, petition, because it has stopped her from being able to move to Atlanta. I guess she wanted to move to Georgia. He didn't want her to go to Georgia. So he put this in place. And while this is, I guess, in place, them working out this custody agreement, she's not able to leave the state, I assume. So therefore, she's stuck in Huntsville right now with him. And he's happy about that, because he knows she can't go anywhere and he can keep a good eye on her. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And we go on to this scene with Maurice, Kimmy, and Jalen. Now, basically, I don't understand though. This scene, they're together talking to Jalen. Basically, they want to meet with him to kind of discuss where he is, you know, as far as moving towards his future. You know, what plans does he have right now? And right now, Jalen just tells them that he really doesn't have a passion for anything at this point. He's just kind of feeling his way through. And that answer necessarily isn't good enough for Maurice, because Maurice feels like he needs to have this entrepreneur state of mind. He needs to be ambitious. He needs to know what he wants. He needs to go out. He needs to grind. He needs to get it. And Kimmy's like, well, dang, the boy just got out of school. He is working and he's bringing home something, but he doesn't know exactly what he wants to do right now. And we can't beat him over the head to kind of figure it out. And in one breath, Maurice claims that he's not trying to push Jalen into entrepreneurship, but he kind of is. Because he keeps, telling them, you need to do this, you need to do that. He's giving him the plan, but it's not Jalen's plan. So it's not going to be genuine and it's not in his heart to do. And he will probably fail at it because it's not his plan. It's not what he wants. And so Kimmy just believes that he just needs to work until he figures it out. And I agree with her. I think that that's the best plan. I mean, let the boy just got out of school, Lord. But bottom line, Jalen, he wants to take his time and let the passion comes when it comes. And they agree that that's good enough for them. So then we finally get to this retreat. It's the day of the retreat. Kimmy shows up, and Kimmy was a little overdressed, in my opinion. She had on this cute little lacy top, little croppish, and some jeans, and hair was laid. She was really cute, had a little bob action going on. And when I think of a retreat, I think of fire, campfires, few drinks, you sit around, chit chat. I want to be comfortable. To me, I think that Melody was best dressed for this occasion. She had on a hoodie and some, I don't know if they were jeans or sweats or whatever the case may be, but that's what I would have worn, because when Tisha showed up, she was overdressed too. She on this really cute, like denim kind of top that was open, and she had on like this leopard bra, and it didn't say retreat to me. It said, my girls and I are going to go out and have a nice dinner and drinks and conversation. That's what that gave me. But she was beautiful nonetheless. She and Kimmy both were. But, Destiny and Melody, they gave me, retreat. The other women changed their clothes later on, and as I'm glad they did, because they would have just been looking crazy. But anyway, they get there, and Melody is already talking about the ambiance and how beautiful it is out there, and how she's gonna have an outdoor nighttime wedding, and the woman ain't even divorced yet. But anyway, she planning her next wedding and ain't even got out of this marriage. But that's neither here nor there. So Destiny, she's really trying to break the ice. She's having these ice breaking activities. They're playing games. They're team building, all this other stuff. And she was doing a really good job. She was doing a pretty good job to me. And she thought it was a good idea to invite Ima. Now, we remember Ima. Ima is the playwright for the play that Melody was supposed to be in before Miss Rona cut all that out. She was also the woman in the other episode who was talking to the kids about how they felt about their parents splitting and who they wanted to be with. So I don't know if she's licensed, like a licensed counselor or therapist or whatever the case may be, but she does refer to herself as a shaman. And she says she's a shaman from the Most High, up from the sky, and all this other stuff. I'm not sure what she said, but she was confusing the hell out of both Kimmy, Tisha, and myself. I'm not deep like that when it comes to, those type of matters, but I know there are some people out there who are, and apparently Miss Ima is one of them, and she was very confident in her title, and it sounded pretty convincing to me, but I don't know what a shaman is, but I guess she do. Anyway, they get together, and she's got them doing these different kind of exercises, and she begins by asking them what their intentions are. And I wrote down what everybody's intentions were for this retreat. Destiny said that her intentions were to bring everybody together. That's what she wants to do. Kimmy says that she wants to see the part that she plays in all of the discord and all of the, dysfunction that's going on amongst the group, amongst the ladies. Melody says that she wants to replace the lack of trust with trust amongst the group and move forward. Tisha says that she wants to move forward in whichever direction the universe will have them move. I can already tell her vibe is not optimistic, and for good reason, obviously, that we'll get into in a minute. But anyway, she's not looking forward to this at all. And so she's got them doing this exercise, and she wants them to kind of just recognize which parent has certain traits. I guess the right hand was the mom and the left hand was the dad or something. And she wants them to kind of realize how these different parental traits kind of affect their lives today. And they just kind of, were discovering certain things about themselves. And everything is still going great so far. So then we have this card exercise. And the card exercise, she wanted each woman to write down a feeling and why they were feeling that way, and to give it to who, invoked this feeling or who made them feel this way. So we knew that this was going to start the mess. This was going to start the drama. So we get to Destiny. We kick it off with Destiny, who is like very, very vulnerable in this scene. And it was refreshing to see because she is very strong. You can tell that she's no nonsense and she's like a strong-willed woman. But she was really emotional in this scene. And her word was protected. And I guess she gave that card to Melody because she says that Melody always makes her feel protected no matter what. And she says that because Melody rides for her, no matter what. And this kind of explains a lot. Because and I keep saying last season, but it seemed like it was last season because they had to cut production. But we saw how hard Destiny was riding for Melody, and we were just like, damn, where you come from, because she was just like on Tisha's head. She was not about that. And it kind of makes sense now because she feels, I guess she and Melody are like this, and she really feels, that she are bonded to Melody. So that did explain a lot to me. And so Melody hands Tisha a card, and it had misunderstood on it. Now, she says that she feels misunderstood by Tisha because Tisha thought she had a problem with her when she didn't. She just had a lot going on in her life, and Tisha somehow thought that was against her, that she had a problem with Letitia. But I guess Melody is trying to say she was just trying to work some things out in her own life. But anyway, Tisha says that she felt like that was just a BS answer. And to me, I think it kind of was and it kind of wasn't. Tisha did kind of read way too far into the situation. She just kind of kept pressing the issue with Melody instead of giving Melody space. And I think that she should have just gave her space. But also, I do think that Melody did have a problem with Tisha. She had a problem with Tisha and Marceau as a couple. And Tisha said, okay, yeah, that's BS. Our friendship began to decline when things were said about, my marriage and you blaming my family or blaming, my husband for the detriment of your own marriage. And we remember all of that. And Melody denies that. She's like, that's not true. And, we had flashbacks from production. They were showing us otherwise. We remember what happened, and we clearly remember what happened. So they began to go back and forth. And at this point, Tisha is withdrawn. She's no longer open to this exercise. And Melody is withdrawn physically, because she gets up and she leaves. She's just like, I ain't got time for this and blah, blah, blah. And Tisha feels like it's useless because Mel's not going to own up to her part in what happened and how it happened. So this is useless. And she gets up and leaves. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Next episode does seem like it's going to be a really, really good episode. If I forgot anything or if there's anything that y'all want to talk about, y'all know to always drop down in the comments and let's talk about it. Again, don't forget to share this video, like it, subscribe to the channel as always, and I will be back for the next video. I'm going to try to do, Real Housewives of Atlanta tomorrow. We will see. Hopefully. I tried to do it. The last video I tried to do, we had a power outage, but that ain't none of y'all business. Y'all don't even care. But anyway, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to do the same, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.